treated fairly and treated fairly. And I wish somebody in this city could talk to this board so that we could sit down and reason. That's all we want to do, is reason. But they have rejected me without a cause. I should not have to be a paid member to be concerned about my free speech radio station. I should not have to be able to pay $25 in order for you to hear me. I should not have to pay for that. If there's a problem, let's talk about it. Let's de-escalate the problem. And so that's why we're here. So tomorrow, the board has forced me with the rejection. Now I've taken this to the community. Because it's not about me. It's not about Dr. J. It's not about her staff. It's about us living in a city that we can work together, agree to disagree, but yet stay at the table. But you cannot be a dictator in the city when we have documentation of people being mistreated. Any questions?
Did they give you, there's no specific reason why they wouldn't let you mediate this discussion? Or did they just come out flatly and say, if you're not a paid member, you can't be involved in this?
That was the report that was given to me.
I mean, did you get that directly from them, or was it a second-hand?
From Dr. J. Kennedy.
Okay. And you say Dr. Kennedy's left the state now?
Dr. Kennedy is now in Atlanta, Georgia.
Is she continuing her radio work there, or is she just giving up on radio completely now?
She is still involved here, sir. And what it is that the bylaws here of the radio station states clearly that if you leave the city, critically, that you have to give up your show. And that's really no problem with her. They're in the process of that transition.
Sure.
But the problem is that the issues that came upon her have not been resolved. And she feels intimidated. She feels that she can't go into a meeting with them. Because I deal with facts. I don't deal with emotion. And so she's asked for me to come in and sit down so that we could talk and try to figure out a solution to the situation. So she's still involved here, but she is going to give up her show. But the issues that's dealing with her for the past year has not been resolved.
So you're not as much concerned about her specific issues as the broader issues of how African American women are being treated.
Yes,
as a whole.
Yes.
Now, have all African American women left the station, or is there still anybody that's still on the air here, or still working behind the scenes?
I don't know all of the programmers, but I have heard that there are still some African American women here that still participate here. I have not spoken to them directly. Just Boya, Lady J Lady Bomba, and Dr. Kennedy have asked me to come in and try to mediate their conversation with the power structure.
And I know you mentioned specific of the white born operators coming in, and 2 weeks later,
Yes.
And do you know if that problem been fixed immediately after they came in, or is it still a problem that exists? That, yeah, they're paying more attention to them, but they still haven't fixed the problem.
I would say it's still not fixed. And that was the breakdown of communication with Dr. Kennedy, because then they started labeling her as being paranoid. And it was like, why is I'm paranoid when I've been telling you this for a whole year and a half? But two white people come in, run the board, have callers, and all of a sudden, we want to give it some attention now.
Right. It has more credence because it's white.
Yes. And so I think that, I'm sorry.
I was going to say, so the bottom line in this is, all you're looking for today is to get them to agree to sit down and just talk about these problems. You're not looking for any kind, you're not looking at any other further legal action, or would that be something you'd consider later on after the meeting?
I wouldn't put it out. That's not where we're at.
So right now, specifically, you just want to be able to sit down and talk, figure out why certain groups be treated different than others.
And why certain things happen on her show that doesn't happen on other shows. For instance, West Fresno, which has the highest concentration of problems, I would think that this radio show would do us justice if we could get the signal. We can't get the signal in West Fresno. And so it's like, so how can we encourage our congregation, our community to get involved when they can't even hear the radio program? And that's just one small piece of a bigger.
And I'm not trying to argue with you. I understand your problem, and I see what you. by the signal problem to your. You're not saying that they're blocking that